Yeah. Please tell me that I can't, that I won't, that I fail, that I'll never make it out, yeah. Please tell me all the bad, never good, fill my head full of every single doubt, yeah. Please say any negative thoughts, I pop off when I hear people say I cannot. I get off to the thought of proving everyone wrong, I won't stop to the top, so you better back off and get lost. I'ma stay loud, stay proud, never running out, never heading south. I'll be spreading out, call it word of mouth, can't put me down, I'll be getting loud. You can have your doubts, not what I'm about, have your cloud, it be raining now. I keep making sound, go another round, I'm legend bound, can't stop me now.
You don't wanna fuck with me, a slow burn like a disease. Just tell me that I can and I'll show you things that you couldn't believe. Just tell me that I can. Just tell me that I can.
Welcome back to another episode of Rob Sports Center, man. As you can see by the title, yes, I'm man enough to admit when I was wrong. I'm man enough to admit when I made a mistake. So this is me being man enough to do that on camera for Mr. Shedeur Sanders. Now, I was one of those people, which I'm pretty sure it was many of us, that was the people that was saying, okay, when the Shedeur Sanders hype started really coming out. So I was one of the people that was like, okay, he's at Jackson State. Like, y'all think he's going to be able to do what he's doing at Jackson State in the NFL? I was like, man, y'all going to see. So then when they switched over and went to Colorado, I was still saying, man, I don't want to hear nothing about no Shedeur Sanders because I already know why he's in the position that he's in because of his daddy. If it wasn't because of his daddy, he wouldn't even have no airtime. He wouldn't have no exposure if he wasn't his dad, if he wasn't Deion Sanders' son. Now, I'm finna read to you guys Shedeur Sanders' stats from this past season. He threw for 3,230 yards. He threw for 27 touchdowns. And he threw for an impressive 3. Let me put the pen down. 3 INTs, interceptions, if you don't know. And he had a QB rating of 63.1, which is 56th in college football. Now, you got to think about it. That's 56 in all of college football, you know, from LSU, Alabama, Ohio State, Oklahoma Sooners, TC. All these schools, they got better well, I wouldn't even say better quarterbacks. Let me put some respect on Shedeur. Teams who got better offensive lines. If anybody watched majority of Colorado games, you didn't even have to watch majority of Colorado games. If you watched any of Colorado games, you seen what Colorado lacked at, and that was their offensive line. Shedeur Sanders was getting murdered all season. And for me looking at this, 3,000 yards passing, 3,230 yards passing, 27 touchdowns, and 3 interceptions. 3 interceptions with that horrible offensive line. 3 interceptions. Now, granted, he probably was being smart and throwing the ball away a lot of the time. That's probably why his QB rating is so low, because I'm pretty sure his attempts to completion rate probably isn't the best. But you got to think about it. For one, you're playing behind a horrible offensive line. No disrespect to him. I highly doubt anybody from that offensive line is going to the NFL. I'm just going to be completely honest with you. And then outside of that, he's not throwing to top-level receivers. It's not like he's throwing to a Marvin Harrison Jr. It's not like he's throwing to a Justin Jefferson or a Jamar Chase at the wide receiver position in college. He's throwing to guys, and I'm not saying that they're not names or they're not household names, but they're not elite level talent that's probably going to go on to the next level and make a name for themselves. Like, let's just be honest. We got to be honest of the situation. So when you look at that and you look at the fact that they didn't really have too much success with running the ball as well, you are very impressed with those stats. I'm going to be honest with y'all, but for me, it was one game in particular that stood out to me. I'm going to be completely honest with you. It was one game. Now, for one, the TCU game, it stood out obviously because that was the game that put everybody on notice. Like, okay, this is legit. So I'm going to show you, I'm going to tell you guys something. This is how I developed a level of respect. Let me sit up now. This is how I developed a level of respect for Joe Burrow. So I was another person I wasn't buying into the Joe Burrow hype. I was like, man, that's just a once in a year fluke type of situation. This dude ain't legit. He's not real. So I didn't have no faith or no belief in Joe Burrow. This is what made me believe in Joe Burrow, and for me to really say that Joe Burrow is like that. If you guys remember, was that the year they went to the Super Bowl? That's what I say. The year they went to the Super Bowl, they played the Tennessee Titans. Joe Burrow and Ryan Tannehill both was leading the league in terms of sack quarterbacks that year. So they was going sack for sack. But the thing was, I sat there and watched Joe Burrow take a beating in that game, and he never got mad, He never got frustrated. He never got up and threw the football down. He never got up and threw his helmet down. He never went on the sideline and got the iPad and chunked that down on the ground. He never went in, got in one of his offensive lineman's face. He stayed cool, calm, collected, poised, and was able to make do with that. So now we're going to switch this thing back over to Shedeur. So now he took a lot of beatings this season, but the worst game by far, this has to be one of the worst beatings I've seen a football player take in a game. Watching Shedeur in the UCLA game was almost the equivalent to watching Earl Spence in that Terrence Crawford fight. I'm talking about a complete one-sided beatdown. I see UCLA had two guys on their defensive line, two twins. I'm not quite sure if they went to the league yet or what. And I'm not quite sure how good they are. But if you're going based off of that tape from Colorado, you would think that these guys are like, Aaron Donald, Max Crosby combination, because dude, Shedeur ended up on. I should have went and looked at the statistics of how many times he was sacked, how many times he was hit, and how many times he was knocked down. Because I know for a fact Shedeur had to have been sacked about 10 times, man, if not more than that in that game. I watched this dude take a beating, and this is the thing that made me develop a respect for him, because it was the toughness, it was that grit that you don't see. Once again, he's another one. I didn't see him getting mad, throwing the football down, throwing the iPad down, going off on his offensive lineman, telling his receivers they got to get open. I wasn't seeing him doing any of that. I kept seeing him get right back up, and he go to the huddle, or he goes to the sideline and let special teams come out, punt the ball, and wait for his turn to come back on here to get a beating some more. I seen that. And the thing was, to me, right, them winning that game, it wasn't going to make a difference. Their playoff hopes was pretty much over with at that point, right? But the fact that he stayed in there when he could have pulled off a Hollywood move and just been like, man, you know what? My daddy is Shedeur Sanders 9 times out of 10. I ain't got to put up the most phenomenal numbers. I know I'm going to the league. But he has that mentality of showing, to me, what I seen in that game and what I seen from him this past season, that, okay, I'm gonna shift that narrative. Y'all think I'm here because of my daddy. Don't get it twisted. The opportunity is because of my daddy. But what I'm doing with the opportunity comes from my work. Because if I wasn't putting up credible lines of work like this, I wouldn't even be in the conversation regardless if I was Deion's son or not. So he showed me that he has that grit and that aggression side that I like from him. And then knowing that he was working with, obviously one of my favorite quarterbacks of all time, Tom Brady, and Tom Brady kind of had his hands on him. So that lets me know that he's also developing the IQ, the mental side of the game. And that's something that a lot of people don't have. You look at some of the best quarterbacks, they got some of the strongest arms, they got pinpoint accuracy, all those things, but they don't have what guys like Brady and Manning had and Breeze had. These are three quarterbacks right there that wasn't the most athletic. They probably didn't throw the hardest, or they didn't throw the most accurate. You know what I mean? But their mental knowledge and understanding of the game is superseded what they lacked physically. And that's something that a lot of people don't possess. But then seeing a guy like Shedeur, he's not the most athletic guy. Can he use his legs? Yeah. But he's not a Lamar Jackson. He's not a Justin Fields. He's not that type of guy. He can use his legs if need be, but that's not how he's going to make his bread and butter. So, seeing that, okay, he got that toughness now. Okay, now good, he got that. So now also when he develop, as time goes on, when he goes to the next level, and, I'm pretty sure Deion going to help him with that in terms of developing him more and more as a true quarterback. I think that with the right mindset and being put in the best position, I think that he actually can go on to the next level and actually make a name for himself. And the thing that I like about it is that he doesn't have to worry about having to fill the shoes of being Deion's son, because fortunately for him, Deion was a defensive back. He's a quarterback. No sports analyst in their right mind would compare Shedeur to Deion. Now, tendencies in terms of mentality wise, that's different. But in terms of positions, those are completely two different positions, buddy. So he doesn't have to worry about that on his back in terms of that. Like I say, I think that one of the things that he's doing is trying to show people that, yeah, I'm Deion's son, and yeah, the opportunity is presented because of that. But let me I'm going to show y'all that it's not just opportunity, it's my play, it's who I am, and it's what I bring to the table that gets me these opportunities. So, Shedeur, I got to if you ever see this video, man, I got to salute you, big dog. Same thing. I need to do a video like that for Jalen Hurts as well, because I was one of those people that was saying that, man, in terms of you, not Jalen Hurts, but he's only there because of his dad dad. He's only there the opportunity because of his pop. He's not good. He's not going to amount to nothing. He's going to be a bust on the next level. And, you know, seeing what he did last year, and like I said, more specifically that game, you know, I had to, you know, had to tip my hat off to you, big dog, man. So salute on that. But that is it. Let me know what you guys think in the comments too. Let me know if you guys think that, you know, okay, I knew he was like that from the beginning. You can check me from that. I'm not mad. Like I said, I don't mind admitting when I'm wrong. Or you can let me know what you think. Or I still think that he's not all that. So, you know, like I said, I'll be looking forward to hearing you guys take on things in the comments so we can kind of go back and forth and have some debates from there. But like I said, man, if it is video, man, if you did enjoy this video, do me a big favor, man. Smash that thumbs up button. Also, if you're new to the channel, make sure you subscribe. And when you subscribe, click that post notification bell where you be notified every time I upload, man. Because like the GOAT Drizzy Drake say, I got these videos coming back to back, so you don't want to miss it. You want to stay tuned. Like I said, you want to be tuned in to some of the best sports analysis and not just the world. Shout out to Noah Lyles, not just you two, I mean, but the world. Shout out to Noah Lyles and the NBA guys. I gotta make a video on that as well. But I'll see y'all in this video. I'm out this thing, man. Peace.